Hello my fellow pod pilots of New Eden, EddieRio here, and in this video I find myself in a Republic fleet Firetail. Let's have a quick goosey at the fittings. I've got two 80mm howitzer artilleries, small duel compact energy Nosferatu, warp scrambler 2, two fleeting compact stasis Weberfires, an afterburner, ancillary armor repairer, damage control 2, counterbalance compact gyro stabilizer just to make it fit, a small projectile burst aerator 2, two small transverse bulkheads which seem to give me more EHP than doing the armor tanked ones. So let's jump in. First up we've got a Heron Navy issue. Now when it came on scan I thought that it might come in and have a go because I'd only just watched a PvP video on YouTube about sort of the battle Heron and fitting this out for PvP. So with this Firetail fit I want to play at that kind of edge of scram range, so sort of 7, 8, 9 kilometers range, being able to use both of my webs and getting maximum damage out of my artilleries. Now the fit I'd seen online of the Heron Navy issue was more of a kind of a fast kitey ship as well, but he doesn't seem to want to get that range and is more approaching me than anything else to brawl me, but that plays to my advantage because I'm in range. So I thought I was going to take a lot more damage at the moment, but I didn't, so all I've got to do is just keep this up. His little missiles or rockets are starting to hit me now. I guess he might have changed ammo in that time and then started to apply a little bit of DPS, but it's nothing too much and nothing that I can't handle. But so far really liking this Firetail, also being able to buy the blueprint with loyalty points that I get from doing the sites in faction warfare means that this is a dirt cheap ship as well. It just costs a few thousand loyalty points and a couple mil ISK, and then I have to buy a little bit of ingredients and mix it together in the station to make the ship, but it just makes it so much cheaper. And that's great, you know, that's sort of the circle of life. Make a bit of ISK, go and get it exploded. Also I keep thinking about how I need to do a little bit of work with my overview and change it up a little bit. I think you can import settings, overview settings, which would be really useful, that I might have a look at. Also I've seen people having extra overview tabs open for like drones and things like that. That looks something that I should look into as the battle Heron dies there. And I also get the pod as well, very nice. And a good fight, almost got me into hull, look. Next up we have a Caldari Navy hookbill that I'm up against here, and these are really nice little ships, normally fit with sort of rockets or light missiles. He's going to also want to play that range game I think, and floating in sort of that scram and web range. So it's going to come down to who can apply their DPS quicker and get the kill here. First, not going so well. It's got me into armor and I'm having to rep up quite heavily. But then I start to get a few shots off and it takes a lot of damage very quickly. That's the thing with these little artilleries, when they're at the right range and the right sort of transversal, it can do a lot of damage. I'm just waiting here now for my guns to cycle that last shot and then hopefully take him out. Good fight. Next up we have a Maulus Navy issue. I know these things are very drone heavy. I think they got 5 small drones. So if I was him I would probably be micro warp drive fit and perhaps have a warp disruptor and play the whole range game. But he seems to want to come close as well, and I start locking up the drones. I think maybe I'm going to start attacking them, but I think no, I'm just going to all out DPS on him as he's coming close and just see if I can take him out before his drones can pretty much take me out. It's those split second decisions, especially when fighting with frigs, that can make all the difference. You know, if I'd have started going for his drones, and I probably wouldn't have been able to track them that well because they would have been a lot closer than my artilleries would have hit them, and I could have lost the fight. But going straight for it and DPSing him out was obviously the right tactic here. I've been flying a Thrasher a lot as well, sort of destroyer on destroyer, and I'll go do a video on that at some point, but the fights are over so quickly because it's kind of a no tank glass cannon fit, and it's just, the fights are mad. They're just sort of like insta, you know, you've got no time to think, you've just got to lock it up, have all your guns switched on as quickly as you can, just, you know, fingers crossed to see who comes out on top. And here we are up against the Punisher now. Now these things can be tanky little ships, so hopefully as long as I keep the range on him and just plink away at his armour, I should be able to get this one. I do really enjoy Frigg PvP. Your ships are so cheap, you would just engage anything to give it a go. I don't really care about my kill board or anything like that, or how it looks. It's all about the sort of moment for me, and just being able to engage anything and not worry about the sort of hit to your ISK is something that makes a difference. I have taken some more shinier stabber fleet issues out to 0-0 for a bit of fun, and it hasn't really ended very well at the moment, but I will keep trying with that, as this retribution is now in hull and just about to pop with one more cycle. Oh no, that was a miss. One more. There we go, good fight. Next up we have a Rifter. Rifter's probably, I think, is the best looking ship in the game. I think the Rifter and the Wolf and the Jaguar, they're the sort of the best looking ship that you can get. I think you can get a little, CCP used to do a little USB port thing in the shape of a Rifter. I really want one of those anyway. I think I saw one on eBay once for not too much. I think one day I'd have to buy myself one. I've still got and wear an EVE Online Minmatar t-shirt that I've had for over 10 years now, I think, and that's still holding up strong. It's funny, if I wear that in the street sometimes and you happen to chance upon another EVE player, they'll give you a little comment like, "In Rust we trust," or something like that, which is pretty cool. But look at this little Rifter, he's a tanky mofo, isn't he? I think he was 400 plate with a repper as well, which is a great little fit for this ship, and such a versatile little ship. But at the range, with his autocannons and my artilleries and dual webs, I've just got the advantage on him and managed to take him out. But yeah, don't forget, I'm just showing you highlight clips here as well. I die a lot, and but if I just die, you know, to 2 or 3 ships, or it's just not a fun fight or not close, I won't include it in the video because it's just boring watching you getting ganked instantly, but it happens a lot. But that's just part of the game. I don't want you thinking I'm going around like some amazing PvPer that just gets kills. I do die a lot. But one thing I learned many years ago when I started PvPing in this game is not to care about my kill board, and just care about being in the moment and enjoying the actual gameplay rather than the sort of kill boards afterwards. So here for the last fight we've got a Federation Navy Comet, and these are great little ships, little police ships I call them. I think they got the little blue flashy lights on some of them, which looks pretty cool. And this is the battle of the reps. As you can see, we're both repping here to stay alive. He's in half hull, so he's not looking quite as good as I am at the moment. But also there's a Caldari Navy hookbill on scan who comes in and locks us up, and I think he stays off the kill mails and decides to let us have a 1v1, but I start freaking out, decide to web him, try and get out of range and walk to the station, but he didn't really interfere with the fight, which is cool. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this little video. I'm really enjoying making them and getting into fights in EVE at the moment, and I will catch you in the next one.